Tell me one athlete right now that's been dominating the game for 16 years straight without a loss. Tell me one. Tell me just one.
How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Box Talk. Today it's drama.
Box Talk, baby.
Richard Schaefer leaves Golden Boy, resigns. We all knew things were going on, lots of moving and shaking, a lot of controversial stuff behind the scenes going on. Let's break it down. Ade, where do we start?
It's a strange one. I tweeted about this last night when I heard. I heard about 10 o'clock last night, and I tweeted. And in my tweet, I said, okay, someone needs to fill in the gaps for me. I said, there's Richard Schaefer, there's Oscar De La Hoya, there's Todd DeBoof, there's Al Haymon, there's Floyd Mayweather. There's a puzzle there, and I can't quite fit the puzzle together. Something's going on. But to be fair, we've done a few videos on this.
And we mentioned it.
We've mentioned it a lot of times. Not only in our Al Haymon video, guys, check that one out. But we've mentioned there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that something big is happening in boxing, and no one quite knows. Well, the top people do know. Yeah. But in terms of us fans and journalists and press, no one quite knows what's going on. But now this is look, I don't think people realise how big this is. This has huge implications in terms of Golden Boy, Al Haymon and Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Enderby starting their own stable. There's a lot going on.
There's so much going on. You know, let's look at it from the beginning quickly, briefly. De La Hoya, Schaefer and De La Hoya were side by side at the beginning of Golden Boy. Moving forward, they had Hopkins, they had Mosley, they had Barrera.
Hatton used to be on the stage. Yeah. Everything. Yeah.
Bit by bit, that all got tapered down. It was left with Oscar, Bernard, and Schaefer.
Yeah.
Oscar, as we know, had substance abuse issues and went into rehab.
Yeah.
Rumour has it there were certain times where Oscar was not in the office at Golden Boy for over a year.
Yeah.
And it was kind of just like, he was more of a name, more than a figure person. And Schaefer ran the company as a whole for the past, 7 years maybe?
Which, to be fair, we've seen. We've seen him at all the waves, we've seen him at all the press conferences. He's almost taken that role on that Oscar used to have.
There was actually no Oscar, full stop.
Didn't see him. Schaefer was at all the events, and Schaefer was Golden Boy.
And to me, for what I've picked up and what I've read and what I've heard in stories, the drama actually started when the Golden Boy came back about a year ago. Okay. He actually, after he came out of rehab, he's come back and had like a permanent place within his office, within the Golden Boy roster. And this is where I feel in the middle parts. As Schaefer's been running the company long term, I think Oscar being there and saying, it's my company, here's what I want to do, and here's what I want to move forward with things, causes a conflict.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you run a company, you're the head of the company, you're CEO, and now the boss can't say, look, you ain't doing this no more, I'm taking over. You're like, well, I've worked it for like 7 years by myself. What we really put into the package?
You know, it's a strange one. From the outside looking in, no one really knows who is the hierarchy in Golden Boy. Is it De La Hoya? Yeah, we know it's Golden Boy, it's his name, etc. But Schaefer's almost like, he was almost a silent partner before. He was the guy that, you know, with all the brains, bringing the money, we all knew that.
He was Oscar's manager previously or something like that.
Exactly. Slowly but surely, Schaefer's almost risen up to be more than just a silent partner, almost similar to what Al Haymon is now. Yeah. He's slowly but surely shown his face, he's at all the press conferences, he's at all the meetings, he's done everything that Oscar used to do. The substance abuse aside, Oscar's now come back. I've noticed Oscar started tweeting now. Oscar's done a few tweets on his timeline saying, okay, this is where all the decisions is made, and he showed a picture of his office, which is strange. We all know he's reached out to Bob Arum. Yeah. Schaefer does not want to work with Arum whatsoever. I find that very strange.
I don't want to say, when you guys talk about with Schaefer, is that he's a successful businessman in his own right, long before Golden Boy. He's a banker. So when it came down to all the money, all the negotiation, all the finer things of the game, he's got the experience and understanding how to deal with stuff like that. Oscar's been in those scenarios previously, but when he was in those scenarios, it was Schaefer behind him making those decisions. So I think it's very hard for someone like Schaefer to come in and to be pushed back into a middleman or a secondary role. He's a guy that's always been on top of the show.
You know, to be fair though, it was almost a perfect match made in heaven. There's no two ways about it. People might say, what? We've all heard of Xbox trying to set up their own promotional companies, and something always goes wrong. They don't have, you know, they're just Xboxers. Yeah. That's what they are, really. They're not promotional. They're not managers. Yeah. Oscar De La Hoya had this, you know, had the power of being the richest boxer in terms of purse and pay-per-view ever, really. And you had Schaefer, who was the banker. So it almost come like that, and it worked. Somewhere there's been a clash. And I think that somewhere is either to do with Al Haymon or it's to do with Top Rank and Bob Arum. But somewhere there's been a split and a split of opinions.
I think it's a little more than that. I mean, Arum saying he don't, Schaefer saying he don't want to work at Arum and Golden saying we're going to work. To me, that's playground bully stuff. It's not breaking down a multi-million business type of argument. I mean, me and you argue about boxing all the time. It doesn't mean, oh my God, if you argue, it's over. You've got to look at everything as a whole bigger picture. And that's what I think there's more behind closed doors. There's a rumour going on right now that a lot of people signed with Al Haymon are not actually signed with Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Why would you have a promotional company with no actually people to promote? You've got people signed with a manager who's giving you their fighters. That tells me there's more in the background, more than the press story of it's to do with Aaron.
Let's have it right, and this is where you know there's something so strange going on. Look, Oscar's been away for a year, probably about a year and a bit. You know, he's been away since just before Alvarez Mayweather fight. He kind of disappeared, and even before that, he was kind of on the fringes. Since Oscar disappeared, Al Haymon has signed everyone.
Yeah,
He has literally signed everyone. Yeah. What contracts has he signed these people to? That's what the question is.
They're signed on Al Haymon contract.
Exactly.
Not Golden Boy contract.
That's the thing. That's why I'm adamant that Schaefer's left. Al Haymon signed all these people. Leonard Ellaby's in there somewhere, and I think we're going to have a third big promotional company. I think there's going to be Top Rank. There still will be Golden Boy because it's the figurehead right now. But I guarantee you there'll be an Al Haymon Mayweather company as well. Big company.
We'll see. Schaefer's statement, which was written mostly by a PR person, I hold nothing to that statement at all.
Oh, it means nothing.
I still want Golden Boy to be successful because I've got shares and this. No, you really don't. In reality, you want to get your benefits out of that company.
Yeah.
So whatever they've got which you built, you want to take away. Anytime people break up or divorces, they always say it's amicable for the kids. No, they hate each other. They're on one side. If you liked each other, you've been together.
Yeah.
You're apart because you can't be with each other no more. So that statement means nothing. Schaefer's definitely doing something. I don't know if it's going to be a promotional company or joining with Haymon or joining with the money team, but there's something going on. And it's been going on for a long, long time because, like I said, like we both mentioned and everyone knows, the past 3 to 6 months, Haymon's been signing everyone. And like I said, they're not Golden Boy contracts. Yeah. I think when Oscar saw that all people were signed and they got no payroll checks for nice people, like, who's paying these guys? And it's Al Haymon, he must have flipped his...
And that's exactly what's happened. Which is why I believe, when he did see that, there's a reason he's reaching out to Bob Arum right now. Let's be honest, there is a reason. There's a reason he's reaching out to Arum with the fighters that are still Golden Boy fighters. Okay, let's our fighters fight your fighters finally. It almost seems as though what Golden Boy has left in terms of fighters and what Arum has left in terms of fighters are small. He's trying to say, okay, let these guys fight. Al Haymon's fighters are there. That's what I genuinely believe is going on.
You know, if you look at big companies, I mean, you've got to have like a hostile takeover or some sort of executive decision. The figurehead always gets the most powerful players on their side beforehand.
And that's what he's done.
And in boxing, the powerful players are the world title holders or the draws.
The pay-per-view draws.
The pay-per-view draws. So you look at the likes of Mayweather, possibly Broner, Danny Garcia, Deontay Wilder, and a few more.
Amir Khan's now signed. Chad Dawson is signed.
I don't like Chad, but don't chat too much. But those 4 or 5 are more than
Adonis
sure.
Stevenson has just recently signed.
Don't get.
Those
power brokers in each divisions, I'm 90% sure, 99% sure, are on the Al Haymon side and not the Golden Boy side.
Golden Boy still kept he's still done smart though. He's still got the likes. He's almost got the Latin American fighters. So he still kept them. Canelo Alvarez is big. That's the huge pay-per-view draw, I think, of the future, I reckon. And he's not signed to Al Haymon. He's signed to
Golden Boy.
And you know him and Oscar are like that. So they're still keeping a few people behind.
You know, putting it all together, I see a very long, drawn-out legal process.
Oh, yeah.
Which is going to affect the companies, the fighters, and promotionally as well. Because as much as Golden Boy is working with Showtime, and so is Al Haymon and Mayweather working with Showtime, and so is Arum, there's not been enough dates for everyone to work what they want to do. That's why you want... That's what Golden Boy is saying, let's work with HBO and with Arum. But like I said, they wanted before the monopoly of the whole network station.
Yeah.
Showtime is ours. This is what we've got. That monopoly is now over.
Yeah.
Same thing with HBO. HBO is not happy at all with Show to be on Golden Boy fighters or Arum or Mayweather for leaving. So it's not like you got dates on HBO either. There's a lot of sellotape work to be fixed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I just feel like we're going to have, like you said, it's going to be a massively long, drawn-out process. Contracts are going to be looked at. All the fighters that have recently signed with Al Haymon that are supposed to be Golden Boy fighters, i.e. Amir Khan recently, they're going to look at those contracts. Are you signed with Golden Boy? Are you signed with Al Haymon? Before it was Al Haymon was a manager, Golden Boy was a promoter. They're going to look at those contracts and see,
Yeah.
Is Golden Boy still promoting me, or is Al Haymon got my promotional rights and my managerial rights? It's going to be interesting, but there's no two ways about it. Al Haymon signing all these fighters recently, which he has done. Richard Schaefer leaving, there's something going on right there. You're right, I don't think it's got anything to do with Top Rank and Bob Arum anymore. I think Golden Boy, i.e. Oscar De La Hoya, is going that way. Al Haymon, Richard Schaefer are going that way.
Like I said, your fighters are your assets, that's your money.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think that if the real issue is that when De La Hoya found out he ain't got no one really, that's the real breaking point. Yeah. Because like I said,
I'd love to be in a room for that conversation.
Like I said, let's be honest, like I said, you wouldn't break up a multi-million-dollar company over a decision.
That's been doing recently very well.
Over a decision with another promoter you don't even talk to. I mean, it's a silly argument.
Alright guys, look, what do you think? Could we have 3 big promotional companies? Top Rank, Golden Boy. I don't even know what to call it. Do we call it the money team? Do we call it the Al Haymon money team? I don't know what name to call it, but is that what's really going on? Is Schaefer leaving and is signing to the money team? As recently, Al Haymon's been signing literally every boxer in the world that with potential, with a name, with a pay-per-view draw. Are they Al Haymon's fighters? Are they Golden Boy's fighters? Is this better for boxing? Is it better for boxing that we now see 3 big promotional companies? Or is secretly Al Haymon trying to just literally run boxing like Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya has run for the last 2 or 3 years?
I don't think it's Al Haymon himself. I think it's a combination
of
Schaefer,
Haymon, Mayweather.
Because like I said, remember, Mayweather Promotions didn't have a promotional license back in the day. Yeah. And they were working through Golden Boy for that reason. To get a promotional license in Nevada is not hard, but it's not easy, especially if you've got a record. So,
boy. Guys, look, leave your comments below. Well, this is an intro. This probably is the biggest story in boxing in the last few years now. So get your comments below. Tell us what you think. What is going on in boxing right now? Is it good for boxing? Bad for boxing? Or just don't give a shit? We're still going to get the fights. Email us at
boxtalk@hotmail.co.uk and follow us on Twitter at boxtalkuk.
Also, guys, don't forget to subscribe. And remember, for your latest ring news, boxing news, check out ringnews24.com. And guys, thanks for tuning in for another edition of Box Talk.